X-Ray Alpha dash Mike Alpha Zulu, that's the registration, for $58.95. What kind of ridiculous price hack is this? That's just too much. But just look at that, $47.95. That's $48 for Q400. These prices are unacceptable. These are too high. This is not acceptable for a model airplane that you could put two of in the palm of your hand. Not acceptable. Gemini Jets, this is not good. Customers will not accept this, and I'm not going to accept it. So, Gemini Jets, I might not even buy a model this month just because of that. There are many claims out there that Gemini Jets model airplanes are overpriced. And in today's video, I'm going to show you through facts and evidence whether or not that is the case. So, let's get started today's video and find out, is Gemini Jets overpriced? And are their price increases justified? Let's get started. Gemini Jet is a model aircraft manufacturer that has been producing model airplanes since 1998. They are just over 20 years old as of the time of this video, in fact 24 years old. And they make quite a few model aircraft, but they are most well known for their 1/400 scale and 1/200 scale model aircraft, in which they make quite a few of them. Many claims have occurred in the past several years that Gemini Jet's models are overpriced, and that is what we're going to talk about today. Maybe in a future version of this video we'll talk about if Gemini Jet's models quality is terrible or other situations, but we're specifically going to talk about the price in this video. I did a lot of research, and you're going to see facts and information to prove my point. So this is basically going to be an entirely fact-based video. I'm going to leave out as much anecdotal evidence as possible and show you as much factually and data-driven evidence in today's video. So we're going to take a look at their price increases since the year of 2011. In particular, January 2011 through today, which is June 2022. So we're going to take a look at just over 11 years of prices. On the screen now I have two pieces of information for you. The first one is a data sheet that I wrote down of Gemini Jet's prices over the years, starting January 2011, that top left column there you can see January 2011, those were the prices that were normal at the time. And then I show you every price increase and when it occurred for three separate lines of aircraft which they've had the same price. The 737 and Airbus molds, which they have the same price, the Boeing 777, and the Bombardier CRJ slant ATRs, which are priced at the same for Gemini Jets. And starting around 2017-18, they priced all their regional jets at the same price, regardless of what it was. So starting in 2018 is just the regional jet price. These are the three aircraft we're going to take a look at because they are three of the most commonly acquired model airplanes out there, particularly the 737 Airbus is very popular right there. So you can see the price, and then also this next chart is one made by B767 Aviation. He made this little chart showing the price increases over time. There you can see there are data point dots, and then there are trend lines showing what the average price increase was. And you can see some interesting trends throughout the years. The red dots and the green trend line are for the Boeing 777. The green dots with the blue line are for the 737 and Airbus. And the black dots and purple line are for the CRJ, ATRs, regional jets in general. Now at the time, early on, for the first about 5 or 6 years of this data, different regional jets had different prices. But I'm basically going by CRJs and ATRs. Is from what I can tell, those aircraft have the exact same price. So I'm going to go by those instead of doing things like Dash 8s or regional jets in general, because there was about a $6 price difference between what a Saab 340 up to a de Havilland Dash 8 100 or CRJ 900 could cost. So we're going to go with that. Starting in 2011, the prices were fairly consistent. You can see you could get a regional jet for $28.95. I wish that was the case today, but it's not. A mainline aircraft was only slightly more expensive at $29.95. So price for a regional jet and a mainline aircraft were really close at the time, which the chart also shows as well. A Boeing 777 was $38.95. And then in March of 2011, we see a price increase for the mainline to $31.95 and for the 777 to $40.95. Sometimes the price increase didn't occur at the same time for the same aircraft because that aircraft wasn't released at the same time. So, for example, maybe the price would increase for regional jet and the 737, but a 777 wasn't made in that release set, so you didn't see the price increase for new 777s until maybe a month or two later. Things like that would happen. And so after the March 2011 price increases, we wouldn't see any price increases until 2013. So it went 2 years without a price increase, which is good to see. And in 2013, in about a 6-month time period, we saw a $2 price increase. 777 in April 2013 to $42.95. The CRJs and regional jets went to $30.95, and the October 2013 737 price increase to $33.95, which would be the price we would see for a 737 for some time. We would not see a price increase for those until April 2015, which was good to see it stay at about the same price for some time to come. 2014 would see some interesting price increases. In August 2014, for the July-August set, we saw price increase for regional jet to $32.95 and the 777 increased to $43.95. That was the Air New Zealand 777-300ER. I'm also showing, hopefully in this video you can see, I'm showing the models that the price increase occurred at, and sometimes some of these price increases occur for one aircraft but not another. For example, when the price for the 777 went up to $42.95, there was one where the 777 stayed the same and in that release, and the other 777 increased in price, which was very interesting to see. So, and then also some of the 777s were more expensive because the FedEx ones came with a stand, so those were usually $2 more than a normal one, and they were kind of exclusive, and some licensed models had an increased price as well. But this is just the general price curve that you would see. The 777 though would see 2 more price increases over the upcoming months. In December 2014, the price for a 777 was increased to $45.95, and then in February 2015, it went up once again to $47.95. We would see one more price increase for 777 in May of 2015 to $49.95. So in just under a year, the 777 saw an $8 price increase. This is the biggest price increase we have seen for any model aircraft that Gemini Jets has done in the 400 scale. I'm not including 200 scale models in this because I'm most familiar with the prices for 400 scale models. But $8, that's the most we've seen in 1 year for an aircraft. Now, some of the reasons for these price increases that we're seeing are the new molds that Gemini Jets came out with. So they were updating a bunch of molds at this time to have SATCOM boxes and antennas and other aerial details, which of course cost a lot of money to develop those new molds. So they were passing those price increases onto the consumer. However, 2015 saw a new trend line, and that is where once every year the price of models would increase by $2. This price increase would occur around March every single year. In 2015, these price increases occurred in April, with the 737 being increased to $36.95. The 777 would be increased in May to $49.95. And the regional jet increased to $35.95 in October because there weren't any regional jets really released in April, and the only ones that were released at the time were ERJs. ERJs at this time were more expensive than other regional jets. In January 2016, we would see a price increase for the mainline aircraft to $38.95. And then in March, we'd get the standard price increase, this time to $39.95 for the mainline aircraft, and the regional jets went up to $36.95. The 777 in June would go up to $51.95 for 777. In 2017, in March, the price increase once again started, with the 737s and Airbuses going up to $41.95. the CRJs, ATRs, and at the time, regional jets went up to $38.95. It was around this time that all regional jets started having the same price. And then July 2017, the 777 went up to $53.95. So you can see these prices are really starting to get hyped up, and they're increasing about $2 every single year. It should be mentioned that in 2016, there was actually a $3 price increase for the 737s, because in January there was a $2 price increase and then a $1 price increase in March. And then in 2018, we saw yet another $2 price increase. All these occurred this time in March. The Boeing 737 Airbuses went up to $43.95, the 777 to $55.95, and the CRJs to $39.95. After this, we would see a very interesting anomaly. Gemini Jets would not raise their prices for nearly 3 years. 2019, no price increases at all. 2020, we would see only one price increase. This would be for the 737 Airbuses to $44.95, a $1 price increase. So not very big in terms of increased amount of money that you have to pay to get the aircraft. However, in 2021 and 2022, we'll see something interesting. We'll see the single largest price increases of all time. And this is in particular where a lot of complaints occurred. We actually went for, almost 3 years straight without any price increases. And then boom, March 2021 comes around and we start seeing price increases once again. Now, the March 2021 set was one of the greatest model aircraft releases we've seen in 400 scale. And of course, amidst all the excitement, Gemini Jets managed to sneak in some price increases. So the price for a 737 increased by $2 to $46.95, and the price for a regional jet increased by $3 to $42.95. The price for a 777 would go up by $2 in April, because in March there were no 777s released. And so in April we got an Emirates 777 that went up to $57.95. So you might think, okay, so that was a yearly price increase. We won't see a price increase until March of 2022. Well, this is where you are wrong, because in the summertime we got yet another price increase for model aircraft. In July, the prices for the 737 and the regional jets went up to $47.95 for the 737, a $2 price increase, and a $1 price increase for regional jets to $43.95. So total, we are looking at $4 price increase since the 2018 prices for 737s and regional jets. Just they did $3 in March and a $1 price increase in July. That's still $4 more for the same plane. In September of 2021, the 777 would get its price increase up to $58.95. Now that was just a $1 price increase, but still this is a middle of the year price increase that was not typically seen from Gemini Jets in previous years. So not really a fan of these price increases whatsoever. However, February 2022 ended up being the straw that, in many people's cases, including mine, broke the camel's back, and that was the significant price increase that they had for a lot of the model aircraft for the February 2022 set. And since then, I have not bought a single new Gemini Jets model. I don't know if that trend will continue. There are some good planes they released, but the prices are just too much. It's just too high to pay for a model airplane. So let's talk about what these price increases were. A Boeing 737 Airbus got a $3 price increase to $50.95. The 777 300s and all 777s got a price increase to $61.95, a $3 price increase. And worst of all, the CRJs and all regional jets got a price increase to $47.95. That's right, almost $50 for regional jet, which is crazy. That's a lot of money that they have increased the prices by. So significant price increases occurred in this time period. And then in March, we saw a very interesting trend. They released a couple more regional jets in March, and we saw for the first time ever a price decrease on a plane. So after the February set, which had the Delta CRJ 200, that got a ton of backlash for the price increase, and I think they actually reduced the price due to it being a mistake. I don't think they intended to put up the $47.95. I think they want to do it just a typical $3 price increase to $46.95, and they would end up reducing the price by $1 down to $46.95 in March 2022. I think a lot of that had to do with the backlash that they got and possibly a mistake on their part, but even still, that mistake ended up costing a lot of customers a lot of money. So I'm not satisfied with that at all. I think they should reduce prices overall. Now, why would Gemini Jets do this? And what were the total price increases? So, in a 1-year time span, from February 2021 to February 2022, we saw significant price increases. The price for a regional jet went up by $8 in just a year, and the price for all other models went up by $7. This went across the board for all 400 scale models, and I believe in 200 scale the price increase was even more. So significant price increases for all these aircraft. And this totals out, I did some math calculations, this totals out to a price increase of 14.7% over the year time period. So 14.7% price increase. Now a lot of people say, oh, well, inflation caused the price increases, which we have had record high inflation here in the United States. However, the rate of inflation over the last year has been about 7.8%. Gemini Jet prices have doubled that of inflation. So it's not inflation, it's only partly inflation. Gemini Jet claims that the reason for this is the increased shipping cost to ship a container from China to the United States, as their models are made in China and they do use a shipping container to ship them from a port in China to the port of Los Angeles, where they're then sent by truck to the headquarters in Las Vegas, and then they are distributed to the retailers. So that's a pretty expensive process, and so I could possibly see these price increases being because of that. However, shipping prices are going to go down here very soon, and I doubt Gemini Jet is actually going to reduce their prices. I think they're actually going to stay at this high price, just using the excuse of, oh, inflation and shipping costs, and they're just going to maintain the high prices. Now, it's interesting to also note that for a while, Gemini Jet had price stagnation, where the prices stayed the same. And a lot of this, I guarantee you, has to do with the competition from NG models, which became a prominent player in the worldwide model aircraft collecting scene in 2018 and 19. And that is probably why they did not increase their prices for about 2 years, because they needed to compete better with NG models, which was producing very high quality models at around the same price that were better. And so now that Gemini Jet is increasing their prices, their models are the same price now as NG models, and the NG models are better. We also have JC Wings, Aero Classics, other competitors. So at this point, Gemini Jet's prices have increased significantly above inflation. And so what about just overall, over the last 12 years, how has inflation affected Gemini Jet prices? Well, inflation since 2011 has been at 22%, which, you look at these prices and be like, okay, price increase due to inflation. However, the prices for model aircraft has actually gone up by 58.7% in that same time period. So the prices for model aircraft has more than doubled inflation. So it's not due to inflation, it's basically just a money grab, cash grab, trying to get more money. Now, of course, some of the new molds would have affected that. So let's say 22% price increases was due to inflation, and let's say another 15% due to mold cost. That's still about 20% just extra profit they now put in their pockets, just because they are Gemini Jets and they think that they can profit off of you. So what's the solution to the price increases, and how do we prevent them in the future? Well, I would say what we need to do is we need to give significant backlash to Gemini Jets for these unacceptable price increases that they just continue to do. And with the current trend line, I do expect another price increase to come probably this summer. You're probably going to see it occur in July and August, and then once again expect price increases in March 2023. That's just the way it's going to be, probably another $2 price increase, as we've gotten used to see. In my opinion, it's not really acceptable, because Gemini Jets is just trying to make more models that aren't as good a quality as they used to be, and still charge you a lot more for them, even over the rate of inflation, doubling the rate of inflation, and just trying to make as much profit off of you as they can while they're still in business. So what we need to do is we need to, push back against this, and in my case, I'm just not buying new Gemini Jets models. So I would recommend, if you're really, really upset about the situation, you want to change, that you do the same thing as well. But that is just my recommendation. You do what you want to. As for me, other than maybe the American Eagle Retro and a Breeze or two, I'm not really going to be buying new Gemini Jets models. The price is too much for a lower quality product, and that's just unacceptable to me. That is just unacceptable to me. If Gemini Jets gets upset over this video, well, not a whole lot they can really do about it, because I use facts and evidence to prove all these points. So Gemini Jets prices have increased significantly over the rate of inflation, and it is not acceptable, and you should not accept it either as a collector. So, what do y'all think of this new style of video essay? If you want to see more of these, I could definitely do some on Gemini Jets quality and a few other issues in the model aircraft industry, and some other interesting discussion points. So if you are interested in seeing more videos like this, let me know in the comments below. That being said, thank you all so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and God bless you.